And so as long as trap stays as the most popular form of hip hop, Lil Baby's going to be there until somebody dethrones him.
He's the hottest trap rapper.
Yo, 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 yo.
It's your boy Uche. I got my boy
DZ.
We are the Ill-Advised Wise Guys.
Check out the full podcast, link below.
Lil Baby, the biggest baby, there's a lot of them, but I believe he's the most popular baby, just dropped a new album called It's Only Me. Man, it was a long-awaited album. It was one that I think a lot of people, whether you're pro Lil Baby or not, were waiting for to see what he's going to do since his last album he dropped, what was it, 2019, called My Turn. And Q, you probably owe Lil Baby and myself an apology.
What? I owe nobody an apology.
What I remember you saying was Lil Baby is overrated. This was in response to me saying, I believe Lil Baby has a chance to really run the game for another 2 to 3 years. This was last year I said this. If he drops a very good album and does what I believe he's going to do, I think he can do it. But I just think you were very negative, man. You were like, I don't think he can do it. You said he's overrated. To that, you say what?
I see where you're coming from. That wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
The word overrated. A lot of people think overrated means the person's bad. It doesn't necessarily mean the person's bad. What it means is the person's probably getting more praise and recognition than they do deserve. So I did feel at a time Lil Baby was being put on a pedestal, that he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. But I was like, he's good, but I don't think he's that great. Like this knucklehead said he's gonna be here for 5 years.
Hey,
right?
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, man. I didn't say 5 years. I said 2 to 3.
I like Lil Baby, but to call him the best rapper in the game, I was like, come on, hold your horses a little bit. You know, he dropped this album, It's Only Me. Leading up to the album, he dropped a lot of bad singles. I thought that Hey,
everybody lit, can't put our fire out.
Hey, that song, I was like, yo, that's actually his best single in like 2 years to me. There was reason to be a little pessimistic about Lil Baby and this album coming up. And I think personally, the album is pretty damn good. He delivered. But is this an album that I think solidifies him as the hottest rapper? I don't know. I wouldn't say he met expectations. I would say he silenced critics with it. I was wrong, kind of.
Why was that so painful for you? You were one of the critics, so he silenced you, apparently. That's what it sounded like. You know how hard it is in 2022 to silence critics when expectations are placed upon you? Like, you know how easy it is these days to just go with the public groupthink and say something's bad before something drops, everyone's going to have these high expectations and then we're going to be disappointed. It kind of reminds me of when Donda dropped. Remember how before everyone's like, oh man, Donda's going to be so amazing. Oh man, because Kanye hyped it up. But to me, right after, I heard a lot of people, and the overwhelming consensus was that Donda wasn't that good. It didn't meet expectations. I can understand that because when you hype something up, it's so easy to be let down. But if you just assess the music, Donda on its own was a very good album. I think that's obvious. Without trying to compare Donda or Kanye musically to Lil Baby, at least directly, I see a lot of similarities here. There was a lot of hype over the last couple years for Lil Baby, what he was going to do. I was one of the people who was waiting. You said something key. He wasn't dropping a lot of music that we consider great. The song he dropped with In a Minute,
I done gave my feelings up. I don't know who to trust.
He dropped 2 songs that day. From that standpoint, there were reasons to be pessimistic. However, I just feel like Lil Baby rose to the occasion on this new album. There were moments on this album that made me say, damn, I think he really knows he's at the top right now, and he really met the performance criteria that is needed to speak from that standpoint. You know, the album starts off with Real Spill, and I just feel like, bro,
he came out
He came out swinging.
That's when I knew I was in trouble.
You're going to have to start handing out these apologies sooner than expected. The album just continues to deliver. Like, you go from Real Spill to Stand On It. Then you go to Pop Out, which I didn't really like that much, but I like the energy. Then you go to Hey, like you said, is probably one of his better singles up to date. very gimmicky, very TikTok-esque. Then you go to California Breeze, which is a very
my
good
God.
song, bro. Like, come on now.
California Breeze was one of my favorite songs. I'll tell you my top 3 real quick. Not to
Okay,
cut
give
you
it to
off.
me, give it to me.
In a Minute, I love that song. I think In a Minute is special. California Breeze, and then the joint he had with Friday. Forever. Freaking love that joint.
Everything you said except for Forever, I'm with you on. I'm not in love with Forever. It's good, but it's not great. Mostly because I feel like the hook was just a little bit too drowned out. I don't know. It just didn't do it
give
for
you
me.
enough.
The first half of this project is very strong, right? You get the Young Thug feature, Never Hating, Not Finished. Then you go In a Minute. Then you go Waterfall Flow, which I don't really love. Then you go Everything.
I like
Bro,
the Future From Now On and Double Down. Double Down's damn good.
I just feel like Lil Baby delivered. He met the criteria where we can actually sit on this album, in my opinion, for at least 6 months to a year and say, bro, he delivered one of my favorite songs on the album. And it's Perfect Timing. Perfect Timing is a top 3 song for me on that album. And I also like California Breeze, and I'm with you on In a Minute. The beats were great. Lil Baby, the rapping performances overall were great. The album kind of tailed off a little at the end, so I can't say it's an amazing album, but overall, solid to very good project from Lil Baby.
But you see, I'll give you some pushback. What we both agreed, right? Didn't quite meet expectations. He silenced critic. He didn't exceed expectations. That's what I'm looking for. Beyonce exceeded expectations, with Lemonade and even this last album. Every single time Beyonce comes out, she exceeds expectations. It's 21 Savage, somebody who every single time he comes out, he actually exceeds expectations. Now, expectations we place on 21 Savage is not the same as expectations we place on Beyonce, but he exceeds expectations. I think that's one reason why it's really hard to say Drake is the hottest rapper in the game, because Drake never really exceeds expectations with his albums. Kanye is the type of person that does that. With Lil Baby, I want to crown him as a top rapper in the game, but he exceeded expectations with My Turn. I will say that. But everything he's done since My Turn has not necessarily exceeded expectations for me. Like when Travis Scott comes back out, his next album, Utopia, I expect that to exceed expectations. I expect to be blown away. And so that's the type of people that I want to crown as the hottest rappers in the game. That's kind of the only thing I would say about Lil Baby. I'm not sure he is capable right now of exceeding expectations with this album. But I will say it's a damn good album. I just have a problem where people place him sometimes.
The only other thing I will say about the other people that you would say exceed, to me what that points to is the innovation, the pushing the sound forward. If you think Lil Baby is going to push the sound of hip hop forward, you're probably looking at the wrong guy. He's somebody who's capitalizing on the moment and what the sound is currently. The Travis Scotts of the world, the Kanyes, the Kendricks, the people who are more in depth with the music and trying to do something different. Those are the ones that's going to reset the groundwork of where rap is today, so that the Lil Babies are going to now have to adapt to. And yeah, they may rap their ass off over that new sound, but Lil Baby is not going to be somebody that's going to be pushing the sound forward.
Yeah.
The sound that we're in right now, this whole trap infatuation, because to me, trap is like the most popular form of hip hop right now. Lil Baby is at the forefront of that. And so as long as trap stays as the most popular form of hip hop, Lil Baby's going to be there until somebody dethrones him.
He's the hottest trap rapper, but to crown him as the best rapper, I don't think that's appropriate. Even after dropping this hot-ass album, I still wouldn't call him the best rapper.
Best as what does best mean to you?
hottest?
Lil Baby is not better than Kendrick Lamar.
All right,
He's
so-
not. I will be playing Lil Baby's album more than Kendrick's, but I don't believe the album is better. Yes, that may sound confusing.
I'm going to argue with you. How about, this is bad. I'm almost pushed to a corner to say Gunna might be the hottest rapper. He's exceeding expectations. I heard Gunna on G Herbo's album, Survivor's Remorse, side A.
Called Shorty.
Did you hear that hook? To be the hottest rapper, those are kind of some of the elements you gotta have. You gotta be able to do that. I would prefer to listen to Lil Baby's album over Gunna, but Gunna's album was more impressive.
But if we're gonna go Lil Baby or Gunna, I'm going Gunna all day. To me, production-wise, Gunna production does something different. It actually pushes, to me, trap in a different element that not everybody can get on. Then you have the element of him being melodic and doing hooks. But if we're going as a rapper in bars, you got to go Lil Baby. Yo, we want to know what you guys think before we move on. Let's keep it pushing.
Listen to the full episode, link below.